Right from the start, defendants were guided through the legal process. Guilty pleas, waived appeals, and probation agreements were explained carefully. Understanding your rights and obligations can make all the difference in court.
And we're going to use the court's interpreter for the plea. So you can have a seat. I think that might be easier with the language. And good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you will truthfully and accurately translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. And so we've already gone through Mr. Martinez Rodriguez. Hold on a second. Let me get it pulled up again. All right, so to the charge of theft of property, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with?
Yes, Judge.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them. And the state's marked them as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Macon with an interpreter?
I just looked at my business documents to see this because yes, Judge.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, Judge.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, Judge.
It looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 5-year deferred probation. And there would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Judge.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, Judge.
State tenders number 1.
We have no objection to states 1, Your Honor. However, I have talked to an immigration lawyer and run the plea by them, and with his status and all, he has a green card. He's been a resident alien for 2 years. They don't foresee any problems with this.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Macon. Is there any evidence that Mr. Martinez Rodriguez is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. And that'll give me more information about you and your case. And then we'll come back later for sentencing. On your way out of the courtroom today, you need to stop and talk to probation at that desk right over there. All right, thank you. And if you'll help him just real quick with that. Thank you so much for coming down. Thank you, Mr. Macon. Yeah. See, we did work on it, right? Tori Anderson, Mr. Parker.
Can you hold on for a second, Judge?
Sure, I'll hold Tori Anderson. Just have a seat, ma'am. What about Jessica Wilkerson, Mr. Parker?
Get a motion on that.
Sure. Good morning, ma'am. Are you Laura Garman? Ma'am. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Sure, Your Honor.
Ms. Garman, in clause number 25, DCCR 1007, you're charged with the state felony offense of driving while intoxicated with a child passenger from August 22nd of 2024. And how do you plead that charge?
It's the lesser included, Judge.
Sorry. Hold on. I see that now.
Included Class B.
Let me get this pulled up. Sorry. Take that back.
You don't really have a whole lot of place to write on the state judge.
No, it's good. And I had it pulled up. I just didn't. All right. So let's start over. In 25 DCCR 1007, the state has elected to proceed on the lesser included offense of a Class B misdemeanor DWI from August 22nd of 2024. And how do you plead that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And because you did what they've charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Parker? Do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement.
Your Honor, one thing that in misdemeanor we usually agree on the community service. I didn't put that on there. Standard, it's like 60 to 80 hours, and I just forgot to include. I didn't ask Mr. Nichols about that. I just
Probational, yeah. I'm
Okay.
sure they'll take care of
okay.
whatever standard.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on a second. Now this is going. And so it looks like the agreement is for a 180 day in the day term in the county jail. That would be probated, though. You'd be on probation for 1 year. There'd be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That includes the standard community service and everything else that goes along with probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
Actually,
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Garman is not competent?
no, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty to the lesser offense of a Class B DWI freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequence of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of DWI and the Class B, and sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but that'll be probated. You'll be on probation for 1 year. You'll be ordered to pay the $500 fine, and again, to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, then for all practical purposes, your case here in court is over. You'll serve that 6-month sentence while you're out on probation. The other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court and you could be sent to the Jefferson County Jail for that 6-month term that you've agreed to. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you need to, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. She's sitting at that desk right there, so be watching for her to call your name, okay? All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good morning, how are you?
Assistant Officer Casey Shepard.
Hi, is it Shepherd?
Shagwa.
Shagwa, I'm
Shagwa.
sorry. Just made that a fresh part.
Also,
Nice to have you.
I think it's funny.
Right here.
See, are you Jessica Marie Wilkerson?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you also, has it been Otis at one point as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and this is cause number 15-2194. Ms. Wilkerson is on probation, and there's been a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. And what is the announcement?
Your Honor, I'm working with Buffino and trying to coordinate with Allstate about a possible settlement of this whole matter. And I think she can probably better explain it to the court.
Judge, I have spoken to Ms. Jones about this. I have spoken to Brenda in bookkeeping several times as well.
As each plea was entered, the court clarified probation rules, fines, and restrictions like no contact orders or employment limits. Competency, evidence, and voluntary agreement were emphasized, showing how important compliance is in avoiding harsher penalties.
Has sent me over the to-date restitution of $161,934.28. Mr. Parker and I have discussed several times a lump sum payment to be made to Allstate. I've received all their contact information. I have made multiple attempts to contact them every known possible way that bookkeeping has to contact them. I set on hold last week with somebody who then said, well, you can call this district manager, but he's not going to answer. I left voicemail. I will try that again if the court would give me one more chance. I think she wants to make some kind of a substantial payment, obviously not anywhere near the 161, but if they're in position to want to settle the matter for 50 or 60,000 and she has that, I ask the court allow us to try to make that happen.
Sure. So
If not, we have another way to work it out.
okay. And that's the main issue, right?
Yes.
Everything else is fine. All right. So I'll just do a normal reset. Ms. Wilkerson, make sure you stay in touch with obviously your probation officer and Mr. Parker, and then we'll see what kind of information we can get hopefully before that next court date. All right. You're pretty good. Thank you, Ms. Jones. And it was nice to meet you.
I'll get you these. I'll give you the
Good morning, sir. Are you Jorge Del Fierro? This is 25 DCCR 0892. Mr. Del Fierro is charged with assault, family violence by impeding breath or circulation. And what is the announcement?
Your Honor, I have asked our investigator to bring the complaining witness in, and I'd like to gather some medical records before the state makes any kind of offer on this case.
Okay.
Can we have a normal reset?
Sure. We'll just do a normal reset. Make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Pimler and your bondsman. They'll let you know when to be back. All right. You're free to go, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Good question. What's your name? I'm here. We're out on report on Raleigh Oliphant.
Okay. What is your name, sir? Say the last one.
Chavaria.
Chavaria. Mr. Chavaria on Ronnie Oliphant.
Judge, I thought motion.
Good job. I tell Mr. Comerford he couldn't get it taken care of, but obviously you could.
Yes, Your Honor. Hey,
Mr. Oliphant, I'm signing a dismissal in your case right now. You're free to go, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor. Yeah, I got it, brother.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Coleman.
On the Tori Anderson, this is one that Ms. Malfino needs to look at the video. I think Ashley, Tori Anderson, is that I think she wanted one reset, so she may dismiss it when she sees the video. But
Okay, on Tori Anderson. Is in Miss Anderson?
She's here, Judge.
Okay, I'll just do a normal reset and
I thought we could maybe plead it to a lesser, but that was my misunderstanding, so I'll
Okay.
try to get it worked out a different place.
is she in the courtroom?
Ms. Anderson,
Miss Anderson, make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Parker before that next court date. Once he gets some more information from the assistant district attorney, we'll see what we're going to do in the case. Okay, you're free to go. Good morning, sir. You're Jaden Chandler.
yes, ma'am.
This is 25 DCCR 1481. Mr. Chandler is charged with engaging in organized criminal activity. And Mr. Burbank, what is the announcement?
Ron, I just need a short recess. 2 reasons. One is I've got to go over. I've got everything from the state. I need to go over with him. He had several issues come up. One was that he's had major surgery on his hand and been back and forth to the hospital trying to reattach it.
Okay.
Major. Number 2, he just got a job at a plant in Beaumont. So the time schedules, they've made an offer that I think will take care of it.
I'll just do any issues with the normal reset. We'll just do a
No.
normal reset. That should give y'all plenty of time. Make sure you make some time, get in and visit with Mr. Burbank, and we'll get an announcement at the next court date.
Yes.
You're free to go.
Maybe excuse
Yes, sir.
Ron.
Thank you.
We don't like them chairs.
All right, let's see. This is going to be a last one. All right, ma'am, you are Laura Adams, and will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
She will.
Ms. Adams, in cause number 25 DCCR 0870, the state has elected to proceed on the lesser included offense of a Class A misdemeanor assault, and that's from April 28th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? I need you to answer out loud.
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with?
Yes.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with your attorney?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yeah.
And it looks like the agreement that you reached is for a 2-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine, You would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, including having no contact with the victim in the case and no employment in child care. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
State tenders number one.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Adams is not competent?
None.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings for a period of 2 years and place you on probation. You're ordered to pay that $500 fine, to ordered not to be employed in any type of child care, and that's privately as well. That's not just with an employer, but for your that can't be privately either. To have no contact with the Brielle Irwin, and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. And if you do all of that, this is an excellent opportunity because you don't have a conviction on your record. And at the end of the probation, if you successfully complete it, the case will actually be dismissed. You'll never have the that misdemeanor conviction. The other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court. You could be found guilty of the offense and go to the Jefferson County Jail for up to 1 year. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you waived your right to appeal. And so if you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. She's sitting at that desk right over there, so just watch for her to call you, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Judge.
Good morning, ma'am. Are you Marilyn Close? And Ms. Close, this is your initial appearance in clause number 25, DCCR 1220. You're charged with the state jail felony offense of fraudulent use or possession of identifying information from June 5th of 2025. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
It's just, actually just got my BCF in Florida turned on, so they just now granted me some money, so I haven't been able to look for an attorney at the moment.
Okay, but you got your VCF?
DCF,
DCF. And so, do you think you'll have the, are you working?
no.
Okay, do you have the money to hire an attorney?
I'm trying to, my niece and my nephew are trying to help me.
Okay.
Get-
So what I'm going to do, Ms. Close, is reset your case for about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire someone. If you get someone hired before the next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer and they'll tell you what to do.
Okay.
If you're unable to hire someone, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts, have different payment plans. Bring me the names of the lawyers you've talked to so I know you're trying, and then we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order, and you would have to go back to jail. Do you understand? All right, if you'll come over in front of the clerk, she has a reset notice for you. Let's see, is Candy Baraka? This is an expunction. You'll call the name Candy Baraka. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Andy Sparagon.
All right, so this is cause number 26 DCCV 0267, and Ms. Baraka filed a request for expunction. The state, through the district attorney's office, has filed a response, as well as the city of Beaumont. And it looks like the state's position is that I grant it was in 2 cases. It looks like one is cause number M241026, and then the other is 23 CCCR 2497. State's position is I grant relief on the 23 DCC or CCCR case, but not on the other. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Is it the city's position as well?
This one,
And so it looks like on the M241026, Ms. Baraka entered a plea of guilty and received a probation. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so then based on that, I will grant the petition for expunction in cause number 23 CCCR 2497, but I will deny it in M241026. And I'll just
Court resets gave defendants opportunities to hire counsel and comply with orders. Expunction petitions and probation monitoring demonstrate that the system balances fairness with accountability. Following court instructions is essential to avoid escalation.